Good evening, Linux lovers. Happy Saturday evening. How's everybody doing? Just grabbed myself a little snack. Chocolate fiber bar and some purified water. So, I am awesome. Good evening, Lamer Linux, Spin Viking, Barking Bandicoot. You installed Plasma DE on Peppermint this week. I was hoping for the Peppermint Software Manager to integrate the desktop and Latte dock. Nope. Okay. A few hours ago I installed the latest Ubuntu 18.04 in one of my test machines, and I'm impressed. I'll have a follow-up to that, see how things go, but so far no crashes, and it's only an alpha stage. Anyway, I'll talk more about that in a future video, but so far Ubuntu 18.04 Bionic Beaver is looking pretty good. Looking at the ticker, the new Ubuntu Studio Council. Sounds like a United Nations of sorts. Sounds important. I know. So for tonight, we'll wait. I kind of started early. We'll go into some of your comments. Lamer is having pretzels and Dr. Pepper. That works. I had, like I said, had a chocolate fiber bar and water, so trying to cut back on the sugar. Soft drinks and stuff like that is not good. Ooh, a little bit of anyway, a little bit burpy there. I had my Alexa playing last night in bed, and it told me a few Chuck Norris jokes. She said, when Chuck Norris turned 18, his parents moved out. Ba-da-bum-bum. You can't wait till Ubuntu. All right. 18.04 Ubuntu. All right. I can't honestly say I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for Ubuntu Mate 18.04. It is my go-to distro right now. Anyway. Well, I will say this about the new Ubuntu. Turn off data collection. Problem solved. I mean, it's that easy. It's not that easy with Windows. So just turn it off. And they're being more transparent about it. That's how it is. So, cut back on the sugar, yes. Do it. I've not had sugar cut for 3 years. Wow. 3 years? Not bad. Lamer, you're on Arnicky Arch with the Plasma desktop. The Chuck Norris parents show. There's like hundreds, maybe thousands. Who thinks of these jokes? I mean, she had me rolling last night. Yeah. Hi, Tony. I'll do another Alexa video maybe one of these nights. Updated Chuck Norris jokes. My favorite one has to be Chuck Norris got hit by a train. Nobody on the train survived. So we had a lot of interesting comments the past week or so. We'll go into some of them here shortly. We'll wait for some more people to jump on. A lot of stuff in the news is last week, obviously, with the tragic shooting here in the States in Florida. I'm hearing a lot of things on the news on how to potentially solve it. A lot of BS out there, but I need to get more information before I comment on it. So, you know, but it's pretty sad. I'm telling you, I am awesome 7478. It's Chuck Norris got bit by a cobra. 3 days later, the cobra died. There you go. Ubuntu, turn one thing off to stop spying Windows. Turn this off, this, and this up, and we'll turn them back on. There is no easy thing. You can do some registry hacks in Windows. Not recommended, but yeah, it's a lot easier in Ubuntu. Sneaky. So I'll be honest with it all. Every place you go on the web wants your data. At least Canonical are giving you the option. Yes, I agree. And they're going to use that probably for, you know, fixing bugs. Other relevant information, and they're being completely transparent, not like Windows was, and not really telling you the whole story. So I don't have a problem with it. Just turn it off. You don't like it. So, Sneaky, you missed some of the Chuck Norris jokes. I think Ubuntu just wants to know the hardware after the Lenovo problem. Okay. Merry Melodies fan, good evening. But maybe we need a Chuck Norris distro. What would that be like? Chuck Norris once heard that nothing could kill him, so he tracked down nothing and killed it. That's Alexa for you. XP PC Nerd honestly stopped caring about the Ubuntu collecting data. I didn't stop caring. I looked into it, and it's not that bad. Google search where's Chuck Norris and hit I'm feeling lucky. Good evening. Don't be paranoid, people. Who, me? Yeah, Barking Bandicoot. Offering your product with terms and conditions that are disclosed and voluntary. Want more privacy? Choose another distro. Fair enough. Yeah. Sneaky, what do you think about all this? You think maybe it's blown out of proportion? You see on the top here, Ubuntu would let upgraders opt into data collection in 18.04. So does that mean it's turned off by default? Am I reading this right? Let's see here. Okay. There you go. There's your answer. Paranoid of Ubuntu. I'm paranoid of the web. That's the real problem. So be careful what you say and post on the web. Once it's there, it's there. Now the question is, can you erase yourself from the web? I don't know. Can you erase yourself from the web? I think of that Terminator movie, The Eraser. I don't think you can. You had to drive an ICE car this week. Cost you an ICE car? What's an ICE car, Sneaky? Forgive me, I don't know what that is. An ICE car. time is it? 5 hours. Okay, we'll get started here in 5 minutes on some of your comments, okay? You're behind 7 proxies. Okay. Hello, Cody. The BIOS, yeah, on some Lenovo, that was a problem, yes. I've had pretty good luck with Lenovo and ThinkPad so far, and Toshiba, can't complain. Oh, got it. Duh. Internal combustion engine. It cost you a fortune, Sneaky? I would imagine versus all electric. Ice. I got it. Maybe you should put that car on ice and forget about it. Hi, Tim. Oh, man. Posting on the web is like a permanent tattoo. Good analogy. Yeah, Cody has a new smartwatch. What did you buy? Tell me, what did you buy? I thought about buying one, but I thought that's too much. That's too much. You know, it's too much. What did you buy though? Tell us. Companies have only influence if you are going to be paranoid for your data. It is Big Brother that is the real problem. Only government has a monopoly on the use of force and coercion. There used to be a show some years ago, I think on True TV on cable, with Jesse Ventura. It was called Conspiracy Theory. I love that show. Call it as he saw it. I think he was on for 2 seasons. A lot of controversy, but me and my son loved watching it. So, listening to some tunes from the YouTube audio library. They're all free and legal to download, so check out the YouTube audio library if you like some free music. There's hundreds of new tunes. I picked out about between 30 and 40, and they're nice. So there you go. We all like our privacy, Joe. I agree, but it is a brave new world. I do not use a Redshift. I believe in the new Ubuntu there's a I was testing it. Is it called night mode, I think? You know, I wear contacts normally, sometimes glasses, but I don't know. I guess I haven't tried it long enough to see if it they say it does. But what I do to help me in my eyes, first of all, if my eyes are tired or sore, I take my contacts out and put my glasses on. The second thing I do, I turn on the lighting backlight on the monitor a wee bit, especially with the small 19-inch monitor. And I use a single light here, darkness falls, so the light's not blasting in my eyes, and it's just bright enough for you guys to see me. And that seems to work because I have all white painted walls here, which helps a little bit. I got ceiling lights here and the backlight back this way, but that seems to help. But yeah. Well, it's not a totally horrible job. I believe there are more good people out there than there are evil. It's a sometimes horrible technology world, and we have to learn to adapt. But that's how I see it. So, good evening, Kagan. I can only use my contacts. I can only use them for about 5 hours. Okay. Sneaky, I use something called Bausch & Lomb Ultras. Bausch & yeah, B&L Ultras. I've tried many different brands. They're good, I think, for up to 24 hours. Usually I don't wear them more than 12 hours. They last about a month. They're one of the more expensive contact lenses out there, but that and the AccuView Oasis, those are 2 weeks. Those are half price, but they last half the time, so it's about the same. I go with the more comfortable lenses. I mean, they are my eyes. And when my eyes get sore, in fact, they're a little sore now, or not sore, but tired, I should wear my glasses. You know, it doesn't really matter to me. I can see either way. But I can wear contacts all as long as they're clean, super clean. I'm okay. So I've never had a smartwatch. I thought about getting one, but I don't know. It's just one of those things. Firefox is great. The new Firefox, especially for Linux, is miles ahead in terms of speed and stability. I like it. Chromium is good too. Opera is good. I'm a web browser hopper. What do I have? A Brave, Chromium, Pale Moon browser is good. There's Vivaldi. There's Cubzilla. Now it's called Falcon. There's a lot to choose from nowadays. If you're running Linux, or I'm sorry, Windows, try Epic Privacy browser. It's pretty good. That seems to work nicely, and it appears to be more private. New tech industry lobbying group argues right to repair laws endanger consumers. Don't know what's that about. Lamer, you're a DE hopper. I used to be that. Hi, Tawny. Hello. How are you? Welcome to the show. Great to have you on. Tim F is a fantastic guy, the most awesome guy I've never met. I hope that helps. No, I'm just kidding. Hi, Tawny. One of these nights I'll have to do a live stream and maybe like on a hangout and invite some of you guys and gals just to say hello. I think that would be cool. You know, with the private link. How does that sound? Does Tawny use Linux, Tim? Or is she just stuck with she likes Windows or Mac? Chrome, okay. Chrome's good. It's fast, stable. Vivaldi's good too. I don't think there's a browser I don't really like. I don't think so. If you are running Windows, no browser is going to help you. What can I say, man? I like Windows, okay? Pale Moon, it's gonna lose many of its add-ons. Why is that? Did I miss something? This should be called stupid watches. She does. She's used Zorin, Linux Mint, and is currently elementary. Oh, okay, cool. Good choices overall. Yeah, you can tell her if she's listening, my first date in Linux was Ubuntu back in 06. Then I switched to Linux Mint. Then I got comfortable with Zorin for a while because it kind of looked like Windows. Went back to Linux Mint, went to Ubuntu Unity. I was hopping all over the place like a bunny rabbit. Currently, I'm stuck on Ubuntu Mate. Simple and it works. There's something to be said for simplicity and stability. It works out of the box. No complaining. It just works. Waterfox is another one. Yes, that's pretty good too. Brave is pretty good too. Seems okay. Tim, is she comfortable with using Linux right now, or is she still learning? And do you guys dual boot, or just pretty much stick with Linux? Of course I dual boot. Joe, you must be having a rough day, man. I use my phone. Yeah, I have a HTC Max, as you see here, nice speakers on each side. So speaker top and bottom, and it's awesome. Yeah, I have tablets that I don't use that much. I think, Joe, I will say this: there is a point where you can have too much technology. It gets somewhat ridiculous, because then the technology takes over your life. That's not good. Yeah, I pretty much have everything I need here. And one of these days I'll give you a little tour of my setup. But I wouldn't mind a faster computer. I'm running a test machine, 7 years old. It's a Lenovo that plays nice with Linux. It's a little bit on the slow side as far as rent. So I wouldn't mind, you know, something to render faster. Faster computer would be nice, and a larger monitor versus 19-inch would be easier on the eyes. You know, and some lighting. But it's stuff to make my eyes easier, my life easier. But it's not like I'll go overboard. You know, I don't need more than one smartphone and stuff like that. Yeah, get your parents to try Linux Mint, sure. Tim, she's still learning, comfortable 100%. Wow. You are Windows free and will remain that way. That is awesome. I am, I'm not Windows free because I still like some of my games in Windows, but I use, I would say 60% or more Linux and then the rest Windows. So right now, you may know that Windows is my backup OS and not my main OS. So I've almost made the switch. uBlock Origin that's what I use. I turn it off on YouTube to help other YouTubers with AdSense. So if you use uBlock on YouTube, consider supporting your favorite YouTubers if you can. But for me, I turn off ad blockers on YouTube just to help the other. I don't have a problem. Orca, welcome. Best Linux ever, Namib? Really? Arch with Calamares installer made the bleeding edge yet simple. Okay, I think Switch to Linux took a look at that. I'm going to stick with Ubuntu based. Ubuntu Mate just works. Yeah, sometimes with cutting edge you might get cut, as it were. The stupid chat requires before it starts typing. What's wrong with your chat? Joe, you're not having a good day at all. There is a small delay how this works, but I'll promise I'll try to get to all of your comments. I was going to be Windows free, but I'm still going to need to be knowledgeable for IT. Okay, fair enough. A little classical music for Linux. I love Linux, la 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 la. Who needs Windows, la 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 la. Tell your wife it's nice to talk to you too. Thank you, Tim. Stick with what works. Pretty much, Joe. That's the best advice. Mate makes everything better. Toss even Ubuntu. Fair enough. You guys are smart. We use what works best for you. Totally agree. There's a reason cutting edge is called bleeding edge. I mean, I got Ubuntu 18.0 for, cutting edge or the latest edge in my test machine. I don't have a problem with that in the test machine. And so far, Ubuntu 18.04, it's running pretty freaking good. It's only an alpha. It's one of the daily builds. They've done a terrific job. I turned on privacy or shut off the location services and stuff like that. But it's good. I'll give them credit. Windows on the Caddy hard drive. Okay. Speaking of Vivaldi, play the Four Seasons. Maybe next time. Speaking of Vivaldi web browser, yeah. Mobile World Congress, why do smartphones look so alike? That's a good question. Why do they? Well, what would they look like? A banana? A fig leaf? What's a smartphone supposed to look like? I don't get that, but I know Arch is not, I mean, the next Ubuntu isn't bleeding edge, but it's kind of cutting edge because it's brand new. It's not finalized yet. It doesn't accept typing. Which web browser are you using, Joe? Yeah, it should accept typing. I know there was a small bug in Firefox when you go to type in chat, sometimes you can't type. And if I click on somewhere else on the web browser and back in the type in the chat, then you can type. That's kind of an annoyance, but it's only in Firefox. So try Chrome and see if that works. 15-inch, that's what I got. No, I'm sorry, I have a 19-inch. I think my Toshiba is 14 or 15-inch. All right, I'm gonna drink of water. We'll get to some of your comments. That's the problem, Joe. Go into here. There's a bug in Firefox. It's not just you. So try it in. Like I said, if you click somewhere on the browser, like back in the search bar on top, and then back into chat, then you can type. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Yeah, there might be a problem in the settings or the configuration files to fix that. It's kind of weird. And I think it happens in Windows too, I think. That's only a browser that's affected. So try Chrome, Chromium, Brave, and you should be okay, Tim. Yeah, but it's not just you. We'll go into the comments. Yes, Tim. Brave browser. I think I have that installed, don't I? Yeah, Brave is okay. Yeah, so try that if you're gonna stay on Firefox. Other than that, Firefox works, but it's so strange. It has to be in the config settings somewhere. Something needs turned on or off. But that's why I web browser hops, so forget about it. Alright, let's see. Comments. Where are we here? Alright, so what I did, I picked some of your comments. Obviously, there's a lot of comments. But I picked some of the ones so we can get through this rather quickly. Okay, this is from Mohammed Ayatzadeh. I hope I say it correctly. Brave is not slow. If Brave is slow, then you have an issue. Barking. Okay. Mohammed says, he says, I tried my best to use Linux, but no matter what distro I've used, I've always got disappointed. Ubuntu, Lubuntu, Xubuntu, Linux Mint. They all have some issues and glitches. I can't get the job done with them. Easiest things I can do using Windows, like installing software, is difficult. Doing Linux, so each time I install Linux, I can't stand it even for a day. Wish Linux was more user-friendly. I did reply, Mohammed, if you see this, are you checking the MD5? Are you checking to make sure that the download is not corrupted? Because if it is, don't install it, period. And that may solve the, I mean, if you're having problems with all of them, that's weird. Yeah, and check the downloaded file. Also stick maybe with LTS releases. But if you're having problems, the same issues with all of them, something else is happening. You cannot install natively Windows software apps in Linux. You can using something called Wine, which I don't mess with. But if you're having multiple issues with, like especially with these distros, something else is happening, okay? Alright, Piru Creek. Wow, I agree this is the best looking Linux, talking about Makulu. Best looking I've seen in a long time. I've never used GIMP extensively, but it's pretty weird. They have a different paint which might be more user friendly. Also, you keep your desktop clean and put the icons on the menu. Makulu looks fantastic. So try Johan B. Linux rules. Linux rocks. Okay, well that's me. The PEP is still going strong. Peppermint OS. The advantage of Wayland is no more screen tearing. He read somewhere. Mayonnaise and ketchup. Here we go with the food again. Or mayonnaise and curry sauce on a hot dog. Don't like lasagna, spaghetti. You do like. Fair enough. I don't put mayonnaise on a hot dog. Sauteed onions with ketchup. And I think I bought a can of hot dog chili sauce. But yeah, if we start getting hungry tonight, I'm sorry. Steven Anderson, sorry I missed your show. I love your show. I was watching Invaders from Mars 1986. I remember that movie, and thanks for commenting, Steven. This one made me laugh, and Green Engineer is correct. He said, first off, Linux fans are crazy. Want an example? Let's try one. My wife recently installed Mint on an old Alienware laptop that was gathering dust, which brings me to other reason. Reason number one, as soon as you mention one distro, all the fanboys go insane. Really? Claiming you've made the wrong choice. No. Reason number two, for all of us who have lives, there's Windows. Reason number three, the aggressively nutball Linux community. Don't get me wrong here, Windows fanboys aren't exactly well behaved. But compared to Linux, crybaby... Compared to the Linux crybaby whiters, the Windows kids are little ages, so comment on me and prove me right. Can't argue with it, Green Engineer. It can happen. You pick ABC distro, and then somebody says you need to pick XYZ. There are fanboys at all camps. Green, I think you came on the live stream, was it last night? Thank you. And thank you for your comment, but I prove you right. It can be pretty crazy out there. Joe Panico says, sorry you missed the show. As always, you're great company. Work in the office. Have a great night. Thank you, Joe. Alex Dior. This was the worst BSD I've ever tested. I have tested so far. Lumina Desktop is so buggy. And sorry those who loves, but this DE is ugly as hell. BSD is far from Linux. Well, it's based off of Unix when it's referred to desktop. Sorry, the best. By best, I mean not the worst BSD I've ever stepped on was Ghost BSD due to some reviews. I don't have such patience to look other BSDs. I'm happy with Linux. I agree. I tested TrueOS with BSD. I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow. DistroTube, what's up? He said the fact that TrueOS wants to be the kind of the Ubuntu of the BSD world, yet they ship with the horrid Lumina desktop environment blows my mind. It sucked. It was painful. Trying to get used to it. It just, I couldn't boot off a USB stick. Anyway, I didn't like it. That was it. I just picked a few comments. The Green Engineer comments made me laugh. Thank you. MX is good. I like MX. Lumina Desktop is awful. At least what I saw, it was not user-friendly. I would dare say even worse than GNOME. At least GNOME, it's functional, it looks pretty, you can get through. Lumina, I was looking at it, I'm like, what the bleep, man? It's like it's missing puzzle pieces on it. I didn't like it. I tried. I really tried, but maybe a different distro might look better. I don't know. Open source browser. Vivaldi is not open source. Well, I use what works. I browser hop. Barking, yeah. You know, I mean, I'm not, you know, totally in on closed source or open source. That's not my first test. Hey, that's not open source. I can't use it. That's not me. Download it, test it. If it works, if it's stable, if it's easy for beginners, I give it a thumbs up. You know, whether it's GNU Linux or whatever it's called, Linux. You know, to me, that, you know, Windows users don't want to hear that. Oh, open source, closed. What's that? They want to hear, hey, can I use it? doesn't work, I don't blame them. So, alright, let's see here. I think I mentioned this the other night. To capture more of the desktop Linux needs to target the average user, mom and pop. It says here, I've been using Linux on my desktop system 20 years. When I first started using the open source operating system, pretty much everything was a challenge. That is true. Let's see, back then, war was a badge of honor. I could use Linux. There was something special. That was then. This is now. The Linux desktop has evolved light years ahead of where it once was. In fact, the Linux desktop about 5 years ago reached a point where the terminal wasn't even necessary. That is true. I could go weeks without touching the terminal window. That is true. Let's see here. Do you have to write your own drivers? No. You purchase a computer, and the last thing you should think you need to do is install an operating system. Okay. You most likely paid for a Windows license. Why waste that money? And trying to purchase a desktop or a laptop with that operating system has become a bit of a challenge. Understandable. Let's see, let's make this clear. Modern Linux desktops are just as easy to use as any other platform. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that likes of Elementary, Ubuntu, Linux Mint, many others are far easier to use than Windows. In fact, there's no competition there. I don't know about that statement. If you... read this here, okay. We need users and not zealots. I am not a Linux zealot, or I am a fan of Linux, but I can't say I'm a zealot or a fanboy. Windows users don't need that kind of attention. They just want it explained to them. And they want to be treated with respect. If they ask a question like a total noob, well, duh, they're a total noob. That's why they ask a question. I feel like I should go on fire like Tom. Forget about it. Alright, so this article, for the most part, makes sense. But here's the thing. Elementary OS, Ubuntu, Linux Mint, he says here, he or she says it's far easier than Windows 10. No, it's not. Now, if you buy a computer like a System 76 with Linux out of the box, then it should be easy. Everything should work. You should have no issues with video drivers or gaming or screen tearing because the hardware matches the software. And that's just as easy as Windows, if not easier. But if you have hardware laying around and you install, say, an easy one like MX or Linux Mint, it should work, but we don't know. Maybe some of the hardware does not match the software, so that's where it is not easier than Windows 10. And that's not much of a problem the last couple of years. But if you buy a pre-installed Linux machine, yes, it's just as easy as Windows 10, if not easier. Not necessarily if you install, because you may run into problems. It's certainly possible. Otherwise, I agree with most of this article. But look, if you buy a System 76 or a Dell or Lenovo with Linux, and it doesn't work, then you have a defective machine. That's not Linux fault. But I do think we need more understanding or more users for Linux. They just need to try. Just like Tim's wife, Tawny, you guys are Windows free. That's pretty nice. But it's trial and error. Run with the Dolphin. Welcome. Trouble reading this because it's way too small in Chromium. Check the settings, Joe. Yeah. I call Windows the Carnival Barker system. You turn it on, it says buy, 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 spend, spend, spend again. Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean Windows 10 is more of a service than it is an OS. I think I read somewhere. I suppose the last great Windows was Windows 7. Just a thought. Let's take a quick look into the Linux Today. I had to install GNOME Tweak Tool in Layers to boot. It's just not quite as functional without it. Let's see. Anything else catches my eye? Nothing really here. Let's try Noobs Lab. And these are great websites for beginners. So, works better, Joe? Okay. Yeah, it's Firefox, so it's not just you as far as typing in the chat. Let's see here. Okay, nothing too new there. Let's see. Not foods. Here we go. Foos again. I think it's FOSS. Let's see here. Read the funny man page. Okay. Iridium browser. You got the text fixed, Joe? Very good. Very good. Sorry you're having issues there, but yeah, Firefox for some reason, I don't know what's up with that. If I figure a solution, I will let you guys know. I just don't feel like searching for it. Looks like we have a new VLC. Very good. That's awesome for both Linux and Windows. Let's see here. And if you guys have a topic you want me to go look, webpage, let me know. Let's see. Let's take a look at this real quick. Iridium browser. I think I've taken a look at that before. Based on Chromium, it has been customized not to share your data. Okay. And you guys tried Iridium. Not for Linux. Boo. Windows and Mac. I think it's not for Linux, right? Oh, it is for Debian. Okay, sorry. So looks like system requirements. All 64-bit, Intel 4. Okay. Well, it's multi-platform. Debian, RH, Red Hat, Fedora. Check it out. It was okay? MC Strap? Okay, I'm gonna have to try this. Iridium is not available for Android, iOS, Windows Mobile. What's Windows Mobile? That's for Joe. Okay. I have to check it out. So the update was released for Windows and Mac. Okay, got it. Spad de Silva, what's up? Let's take a look at this funny man page. Maybe we can make Tim's wife laugh. Who says Linux command line is no fun? When you are in the mood for some naughty geeky fun. Read these witty man page entries. Okay. There is a package called Funny Man Pages, and it adds some witty entries to the man pages. Give you the same warning that describe a set of miscellaneous humorous man pages. Don't take it too seriously. They might be offensive. Sudo apt install funny-man pages. There's some examples here. This is silly. Will you stop that, Joe? You use that all the time. A baby process will frequently dump core. RTFM, a response for easy questions from LUS losers. Tell the clueless loser to go to you know what. I don't know about these man pages. Some of the other funny man pages include condom, flame, flog, gong, grow, party. That don't sound too friendly at all. Anyway. Let's see what else we got. Linux kernel 5.0 coming in the summer. Very good. Sudo shred Windows, yeah. The father of Linux turns 48. Well, happy birthday, Linus. The creator of the Linux kernel. Here are some 20 facts. Okay. Linus Benedict Torvalds was born in Helsinki. Yes, I know that. Last name is Torvalds. Okay, let's see. The young man with his journalist sister Sarah. At the age of 10, Linus started writing programs in BASIC on a Commodore. Hello, Steve. Nice to be with you tonight. Thanks for stopping by. Though he preferred to spend time on computers rather than in athletic activities, he had to attend the compulsory military training. Okay, second lieutenant. In early 1991, unhappy with MS-DOS, and Minix, Torvalds wanted to buy a Unix system. Lucky for us, he didn't have the money to decide to make his own clone of Unix from scratch. September 91, Linus announced Linus's Minix, and encouraged his colleagues to use the source code. Linus thought that the name Linux was too egotistical. Nah, it's fine. He wanted to change it to Freax. Free, Freak, and Minix, but his friend Lenmar has already created a directory called Linux on his FTP server, and thus the name Linux continued. piece of history. Linux, a portable operating system, okay, was his thesis. In '93, when he was teaching at the University of Helsinki, he gave the task of composing email as homework to his students. Yay, composing emails was a big deal back then. A female named Tovi Moni completed the task by sending him an email asking him out on a date. He accepted. 3 years later, the first of their 3 daughters was born. How romantic. Linux, the romantic OS. Shall I say he started the internet dating trend? I guess so. He has numerous awards he had an asteroid named 9793 Torvalds. Linus moved to the US 97, settled there with his wife Tovi and 3 daughters. He became a US citizen in 2010. He works full-time on the Linux kernel under the Linux Foundation. Okay. 2000, Steve Jobs invited him to work on Apple's Mac OS. Linus refused the lucrative offer, I guess, and continued to work on the Linux kernel. I didn't know Steve Jobs offered him to work on Mac OS. Okay. Most people know Linus Torvalds created Linux kernel, but he has also created Git. He created Git, a version control system that's exclusively used in software development. All right. Let's see here. Linux kernel. Linus Torvalds has a strong dislike for C++ programming. I don't know. A few years ago, Linus told that he found Debian difficult to install. He is known to be using Fedora. Wow. But Linus loves scuba diving. He even created Subsurface, a dive-long software for scuba divers. Okay. This is a family channel, but I'll show it. Torvalds is known for using mild expletives in Linux kernel mailing lists. This has been criticized by some in the industry. However, it would be difficult to his banter of... I'll just show you. He doesn't like NVIDIA. Linus doesn't feel comfortable in public speaking. Don't worry, I'll talk for you, Linus. Jeez, let me do it. He doesn't attend many events. Okay, alright. Google Plus is the only social media platform he uses. Did not know that. And that is Linus Torvalds. You like Waterfox? Berry Melodies? Okay. Didn't miss much. Just talking about the life of Linus Torvalds. Because of the Unix thing, yeah, I could see Jobs asking him. Sure, absolutely. Yep. Let's see. Anything here? Some news about Elementary OS, Juno number 5. My Steve Jobs jeans? No. I have not ordered my Steve Jobs jeans. Yeah, I don't think they're dress pants. They're just jeans. As far as maybe I should check for an update for Steve Jobs jeans. Yes, he uses F-Linux, Tim. I guess NVIDIA doesn't release its drivers on time for Linux. Bob De Silva, I really don't know. That's my guess. If I had to guess, yeah. Video drivers are hit and miss. In case you guys didn't know, there is a company called Steve Jobs Jeans. Apple sued them. Apple lost because they failed to copyright the name Steve Jobs. And the Italians said, forget about it, we got it. They're selling Steve Jobs jeans because they can. Why not? I think the Steve Jobs jeans should have built-in Bluetooth. So instead of smart a phone or a smart versus a smart watch, I think you should buy smart jeans. Built-in Bluetooth, a built-in ringer and vibrator. I think that'll work. Icon 2020. I don't think I use a firewall in this, do I? I use the firewall built in my Cisco router, Linksys router. I guess there is a firewall. I haven't really messed with it. Yeah, I'm happy with what I have in the router. I config that and I'm good to go. Toronto just won against Boston in the NHL. Oh, they moved past them in the standings. Okay. Do not follow hockey that much, but congratulations, Toronto Tontos. No. Toronto Maple Leafs? Is that what it is? What they are? Coming out of your bum. Yeah, right, yeah. Yes. Steve Jobs jeans have a built-in Wi-Fi extender. The lowdown on Bionic Bee. I won't spoil it. I did a full install on my Toshiba laptop test machine. I was expecting crashes, hiccups, and this and that. It's only an alpha, and it works. I'll have more later. Yeah, I just downloaded a few of my favorite apps just to test it, and freaking works. I'm impressed. I am. I mean, it's still not for beginners, I had to install the GNOME Tweak tool to tweak it the way I want it. I mean, out of the box, you can't change themes. I mean, come on, Ubuntu, come on. You can't change the fonts out of the box install, really? I'm just saying. But so far, Ubuntu overall 18.04 is very nice. Yeah. So there you have it on the Steve Jobs jeans. This is from February 5, so I don't know what colors they're in, what they're gonna cost. I think it's funny. Hey, I want to try Steve Jobs jeans. Now pass me the cannolis, okay? Alright, let's see what else we have here. Let's go to Salon, see what's here. Let's see what's happening. The evolution of meme warfare. That's an interesting topic. Men need to talk about periods now. No, I will not. Let's see. Arkansas banned a weed killer. Very good. Whole Foods to Amazon. Invasive technology controlling workers is more dystopian than you think. Ain't that the truth? Get the freshest vinyl hits. Oh. Let's take a look at that. Anybody play records? You know, records, you know, round things like that. You know, they play on a spindle, you put... Oh, never mind. You guys know records, don't you? Let's see. Vinyl Minky. You can enjoy the freshest hits in the classic medium. Okay. Each month, Vinyl Minky curates the best new sounds and sends brand new LPs on vinyl to you. I don't know, guys, would you buy vinyl? There's someone making a comeback. I gotta order a new boombox. The one I have broke. It stopped playing altogether, and yeah, I still use a boombox. What can I say? Last night's Final Jeopardy answer was meme? Okay. Kylie Jenner says Snapchat is dead. Company suffers $1.3 billion loss in market value. See, that's how powerful women are. Don't tick them off. Because if you tick off a woman, you may lose $1.3 billion. Like this song. It kind of reminds me of the Queen song. What's this song called? Ubiquitous? Okay, whatever. Tech dealer is now trying to save the tech addicts they've created. Ditch the deodorant, save the planet. I believe you can still buy cassettes like you can vinyl. I gotta buy me a new tape deck too, but I don't mind playing cassettes. What's all this nonsense? Ditch the deodorant, save the planet. A new study brings little known source of dangerous emissions. Personal care products. What the crap is this? A wide range of people use the home, from lotion to house paint, printer, ink, glue, cleaning, contain chemicals. Okay. It's hard to believe a dab of lotion could be as harmful as a gallon of gasoline. Whoa. I don't know about this. Queens to chew them like they did, but yeah, Vanilla Ice. Yeah, that song from David Bowie, right? Ice Ice Baby. Under pressure, dun 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 dun. All right, let's see what else we got here. Memes are weaponized for the political propaganda. Take a quick look. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I like Audacious. Nice, lightweight, simple. It really works. Yeah. I think I tried a contact that's not for me. But yeah, this just works. That's why I use it. Let's see what else we have here. Do 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 do. People go to jail for lying on security clearance forms. Why hasn't Jared Kushner? I guess that's a good question. I did see that town hall meeting on the shooting. Marco Rubio was repeatedly humiliated. I kind of felt sorry for the guy. Yeah. Alright, let's go to other stuff. We'll probably finish up with some weird car news. Let's see what we got here. I may put together a maybe next week. I may share with you a world premiere, USA world premiere of a of my dad's movie. Maybe next weekend. Share it with you guys. Let's see, LG's V30S, ThinkQ is a V3, alright, that's not exciting. Phones look good, Apple to start putting sensitive encryption keys in China, good idea. Jared Kushner, the billionaire, that way he gets away with stuff. Yeah, I guess most of them do. Let's see here. Gregory Locke, how are you? Welcome. Smart Speaker Showdown. Okay, let's read that. I like my Alexa. Works pretty good. I don't use it that much, but, you know, it does what it's supposed to. You know. Let's see if we can read this a little bit easier. I love Reader Mode. One of the best add-ons. So let's see what this blog has to say about which one's good. The intelligence test. What's the weather like? This was the most commonly asked question. What's on my calendar? How long would it take to get home? Work? Can you get me an Uber? Why do cats meow? Where's my phone? Ha ha ha. Play music on Spotify. Add dog food to the shopping list. Set an alarm. I do that. The winner. Guess who the winner is? Highly recommend Ryzen. Okay. Well, it says here, Amazon Echo and Google Home tie for intelligence. Addressing all of the questions asked and commands given, Apple HomePod was only able to complete half. Wow, half of this test of the intelligence. Oh my goodness! It flunked 50% of the time. The iPod. Whoa, that's not good. Amazon Echo has all of the answers in this competition. There you go. The Amazon Echo wins. Maybe the smartest one in the room is the person that used none of these devices. Haha. Anyway. Installing Windows 7 Pro in a couple of years. Install Linux Mint. Yeah, you can get Pro updates until 2020, I do believe. She's a millionaire and goes. She's practically bulletproof. Oh, okay, got it. I just asked the wife. She knows everything. Fat Elvis. Of course she does, doesn't she? Yeah. Oh man. Spatry commented, oh, on 2 of your thread posts on Cup of Linux forum. Cool. How is he doing, Gregory? Haven't spoken to him in a while. I hope he's okay. What did he say? Glad to see he's up and running. Women know everything, right? Yes, they do. They're perfect. He's back on the forums? Okay, well, maybe one of these days we'll get together again for news and nonsense. It's been a while. It's been over a year and a half, I think. I like this song. Wishful thinking. Yes, 2020. That is true. Answering questions. Don't know how he was doing. Okay. All right. We all miss him. It was fun doing the news and nonsense. And the other guests we have on. I've done a few, 1 or 2, the best of news and nonsense in the past. Maybe I'll do it again. You know, just for a few laughs. The last news and nonsense I've been doing was with Stephanie Forian last year, and she was a good sport. It was fun. Let's see, we'll probably wrap this up here soon. 2 years since Spatry last, I think the last thing he posted was with me on a news and nonsense, I think. It might be 2 years this summer, actually, yeah. It might be. I'll have to see what I can do. Twist his Linux arm. Yes, he made Linux fun for sure. Yes, he did. He pestered me to take the Manjaro challenge. You gotta try it, Toss. Come on. I did for a summer and it didn't work out. Just too many bugs. I fought the bugs and the bugs won, but I tried. I really did. Linux Lite is good. To clean up my desk here. See what the temperature is for tomorrow. Sunday, cloudy with showers and partly cloudy. Oh, that's right, in the 60s. Love it. February in Ohio in the 60s. Awesome. You run Windows 7. Okay. ZBD! How are you doing, ZBD? You're not supposed to know that I deleted Peppermint OS on my test machine to test the latest Ubuntu. As a test, but I'm telling you, so somebody else doesn't shock you. Thank you, Greg. Yeah, we have a good me and Spatry have a good rapport. When we did the news and nonsense, I think for me and Stephanie Forian, the independent singer-songwriter. Check out Stephanie Forian on YouTube. She's awesome. Beautiful voice. She was nice enough to join me for about a dozen news and nonsense. So we had a good banter, joking, back and forth. It actually turned out better than I thought. And she was just a good sport. Just a nice person. One of these days, maybe I'll meet her. We'll do a live, you know. Planning on emailing you when I get to something around to email. Email me when you can. I'll probably check it tomorrow. Z, you saw. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I get Peppermint OS. It's one of my top 5 for beginners, along with, of course, Ubuntu Mate and Linux Mint, Linux Lite. If you haven't, check out Peppermint OS Respin number DOS, I think. But yeah, the latest Ubuntu, I'm impressed. For an alpha or pre-alpha, whatever it's called, a daily build, it ain't freaking bad. It hasn't crashed on me yet. I only tested it earlier. It doesn't run quite as smooth as Peppermint OS. I mean, in standby mode, it's like 1.3 gigs of RAM versus 300 megabytes of RAM for Peppermint. So there is a difference, but it hasn't crashed. So there you go. Steph sang a song about Spock. Yeah, she wrote a song, a short tribute song to Leonard Nimoy. We also did a live show. Check it out last year. We did a live show where she sang for us and a couple new songs. She was live from Munich. The internet connection, the quality of the video was okay, but yeah, it turned out great. So check her out. Check out her CD. The CD, her latest one is called Sweet Insomnia. Got a copy of it here somewhere. Oh well. But anyway, check her out. Nice gal. I use Yahoo half the time, usually Gmail. Yeah. No, Joe Spatry hasn't posted anything new in over a year and a half, I do believe. I hope he's okay. Yeah, I installed Spin Viking. I installed Peppermint on a USB stick, and this thing flies on a USB stick. It's one of these mini ones. You can see that. Yeah, it works fine. You heard all of the other shows with Steph. Cool. Yeah, I posted them on here, on SoundCloud. I mean, the downloads are free. All I ask, if you can, maybe buy one or two of her songs, help her out, and maybe, you know, $1 to donate here to the channel for the downloads. But yeah, they Gregory, I don't know, but I normally when we did the shows, we would talk sometimes for like an hour, 2 hours, just talk on stuff between what Germany does in Linux and the USA and life and jokes, and then we would you know, record the show, and then I do the edit, and they were nice conversations. I had a lot of fun. So didn't have a good of luck with Peppermint. Could be the slow hard drive. Well, Peppermint is lightweight, so it should work, unless you have an issue with the hard drive. I don't know. But I installed it on a 10-year-old machine on a Toshiba, dual core, 4 gigs of RAM, and it just flies. I mean, it just cruises. So yeah, it's pretty good. Cool. Yeah, the latest one is Sweet Insomnia. She wrote all the songs for. I think she said she wrote 25 songs for the CD or something, and she picked 10. I have a few favorites on there. I like the title track, is sweet, and I like her song Closer Than Before, makes you want to get up and dance. But yeah, she writes everything pretty much herself, and she does some covers on YouTube. Beautiful voice. So you have an 11-year-old machine that you tested Peppermint OS. That's pushing it. It's possible, but as long as you have at least a gig of RAM, Peppermint OS should be okay. But if the hard drive is that dated, that might be a problem. Yeah, it still should run though. It should run. An extreme amount of music on your main MP3 player. I have a SanDisk I don't use that much. A Zune. I use primarily either CDs in my car or my phone for music. In the summertime, I'll take my Samsung tablet with me to the pool with the Bluetooth speaker. Yeah, and that's what I do. So, Linux Lite and Mint. Okay, cool. Okay, so SSD, yeah. All right, so it's 10:50. We'll wrap this up about 10:30. Let's go into weird car news. How does that sound? Okay, stink bugs freeze Japanese car imports to New Zealand. It's not a feature, it's a bug. Ha ha. Pothole season hits hard in early across eastern USA. Potholes always hit hard in all seasons. They just, in this country, they're awful. Pothole plague. Yep. Yep, be careful where you drive. Anyway. Now let's see what do we have here. 70s super salesman challenges new car sales record. Elon Musk's Boring Company gets a digging permit in DC. That should help the potholes. Let's see. Daytona 500 champ Austin Dillon. Do not know him. You got 5 potholes in front of you, only 5, Greg? That ain't bad. Yeah, one way to avoid them, I drive a little bit slower. Especially at night. To try to avoid them. But it's hard, man. All it takes is one nasty pothole, and you got an expensive problem. Yeah, I think I mentioned this. Chevy Camaro driver with vanity plate dirtbag. Let's see here. Forgotten 720-mile 09 Corvette. That's not a lot of miles. Emerges from storage. Let's see. Man with 4 DWI says law discriminates against protected class of alcoholics. Duh. Boy. Forgotten 1990s Subarus are still full of new Ghost Imprezas. What the heck is that? Yep, there's a lot of potholes. Let's see. Car dealerships forgotten by time. Sometimes due to the dealer in question, cease in trading, or let's see here. Years ago, photos appeared of a complete 150 car, 0 miles Chrysler Neon shipment in Singapore. That's interesting. Somewhere on the island of Malta. Unregistered first generation Subaru Imprezas. Wow. Interesting. Ghost Subarus, huh? So an abandoned dealership. That's weird. I remember that one, the Subaru XT, yeah. Fuji. Huh. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Yeah, in Ohio, man, I'm sick of it. That's the #1 thing about Florida I miss. Flat roads. Flat roads. My favorite song. You know your history, Joe. Hermann Goering, resurrected the Luftwaffe. Yeah, I was watching on TV National Geographic Nazi Megastrucks about the history and stuff of Germany. It's fascinating stuff. And they talked about the resurrection of the German Air Force and Hermann Goering. It was fascinating. You're welcome. I am awesome. 7478. Thank you for listening and watching. I'll probably wrap this up here soon. So. And I don't think I missed anything. So. Yeah, Joe. They talked about they did a few shows. The Super Tank one was interesting. The thing about the trains and the massive railroad was pretty cool to watch. Sort of. I mean, it was sad in the end. Do you ever look at Motor1.com for news? Motor1.com? No, but I'll take a look at it in a moment. Motor1.com. Let's take a look. I thought the battery documentary was interesting. I think the best is yet to come, sooner or later. Gregory, yeah. About the next generation batteries. Let's see here on Motor1.com. I used to watch Motor Week. I keep missing it. Salesman hustle moves 1,000. Wow, 530 cars in 2017. That's a lot of cars. Spa says, who does the Army trust the most? For their technology needs, I hope they trust Total OS today, of course. Let's see here. Cars for sale. Cheapest turbocharged vehicles. Yeah, make one that doesn't explode, yeah. Really. Volkswagen invested $100 million to build a T-Roc Cabrio. Okay. The top 10 picks from Consumer Reports for 2018. Let me guess, they're all Hondas and Toyotas, right? Let's see what they have to say. Well, they like the Toyota Corolla, Chevrolet Bolt. Interesting. Audi, Toyota, another Toyota, the Chevrolet Impala. Wow. Toyota Sienna, I used to have one. The Subaru Forester, BMW, another Toyota, and a Ford. Interesting. There you go, the top 10 for 2018. The Impala was redesigned. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, Gregory, thanks for stopping by. Crash cuts Chevy in half. Ooh, everyone survives. Wow. Wow. What a mess. Yeah, my friend's got a Subaru, I think they're all-wheel drives, aren't they? He's got a Outback, right? Yeah, that's what it's called, Outback. Wow. Look at that car literally cut in half. Wow. And Arita! You like Jeeps? Okay, forget about it. Wow. Look at this Chevrolet literally cut in half. Unbelievable. Jeez. Wow, that's not saying a lot for GM or Chevy. I mean, what did they hit? A transformer? A real life transformer? I mean, look at that. Yeah, Joe, wow. I don't know, Spin. I don't know. But, well, you can't be too careful nowadays. What a mess. Okay, Steven, yeah, that's one of my better ones, I think. 5 reasons for Linux, yeah. Wow, look at the car. I mean, unbelievable. It's like a movie set. And they all survived, it says. Wow. You talk about 1 in a million. Oh well, they made it. That's all that matters, I guess. Looks like it was torn to free someone. I don't know. I'll have to catch it on the news. Maybe there'll be more about it on the news. But anyway, okay, let's make this the last call for comments. It's crazy. That's why I drive a little bit slower than the speed limit, just to be safe. All it takes is one person texting, falling asleep at the wheel, an honest mistake, bang. So be careful out there. Absolutely. Especially at nighttime. Around here with animals and deer, stuff like that. It's scary. 78 Olds custom cruiser, highest rated ever. That yeah. Well, back then they used real metal bumpers. My first car was a '74 Chevrolet Monte Carlo with a big steel bumper in front of the car. I mean, yeah. Yep. F-150, okay. Thanks again. Thank you, Tim. Take care. She said hi.
You tell the wife I said hello. Thank you for treating me with respect. Don't forget that.
She's listening. Okay. AI trained to spot heart disease risks using retina scan. I was looking at the ticker feed. Look at the Autobahn. No speed limit is the safest highway in the world. We are not on the Autobahn. We do not have an Autobahn. We're in the States, Joe, so no. When I'm in Germany, I'll use the Autobahn rules. When I'm in the States, I slow the freak down. And I'm still here. My friend California says you have to drive to be safer, drive faster, be safer, because everyone drives. I've been to California. It's wall to wall, bumper to bumper. You can't drive 2 miles an hour, let alone 80 miles an hour. Trust me, I've been there. You know, now if you're driving late at night, early in the morning, maybe. But she is cooking and listening. She's cooking meat for tomorrow. Tell her I like my spaghetti heavily sauced with some garlic and basil, and don't forget about it. Make him an offer you can't refuse. Yes. On the Autobahn, if you get hit from behind, it's your fault. Okay? Yes. BD is live, Big Daddy Linux. Excuse me. If you get hit from behind on the Autobahn, how fast do you have to be going to get hit that way? Speed limits are there so law enforcement can extort the public. New York City's bad too. Yes, but man, I've driven in California, man. It's unbelievable. She says the door is always open. All right, next time I travel to, where are you from, Portugal? I'll stop by. The 405, yes. I know. Good night, Tawny. Thanks for listening. Bye. I'll catch you next time. Nice talking to you. And Tim. They don't have speed limits in Africa. Yes, some of they still have less accidents. Well, maybe they have better roads. I bet they don't have the potholes like we do. That has to be a factor. It has to be. The first car for Max was a '59 Alfa Romeo Giulietto Spider Veloce Special. Nice, very nice. You live, well, that's not too, Canada's not too far from here. I suppose I can make a trip up there one of these days. And Rita, are you in Montreal? Ontario? Where are you from? Or where you live at now? I got family in Montreal, Canada. Empty. Chevrolet Blazer. My son has an Oldsmobile Bravada, which is like a Blazer. All-wheel drive, and I bought that because I think it's more reliable, or they were more reliable. But they were pretty bad. Yeah, some of those are pretty bad. I think it was the push-button 4x4. I don't think they were reliable. This one is automatic, on and off. Toronto, very well then, Narita. Fat Elvis, you gotta go. Thanks for stopping by, Elvis. I'm probably gonna get off here in a few minutes. Thank you, though. Thanks for stopping by. Always a pleasure. I was going to stop at Applebee's tonight, but I saw a cop car parked in front. So I thought, nah, I think I'll go home. Canadian Connection, yes. Virales.tv is in the house. Hello. Here in America, I don't know how to drive. They hang out on the left blocking lane. Try that on the Autobahn. You'll receive a $1,000 Euro fine. Oh, 5 points on your license. Okay. My son is 18, Anarita. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I think I taught him how to drive well. I think so. I told him, son, just say to yourself Everybody that drives on the road is an idiot. All of them. A to Z. A to Z. Ambulance, cops, firemen, they're all idiots the way they drive. That's the only way for you to be safe. Now, of course, that's not true. But if you drive with that attitude that everybody is an idiot, you drive defensively. And he agreed. So there you go. That's how I drive. Everybody is an idiot. Because all it takes is one mistake. I've had people go through red lights. And man, you know, see, I'm going this way. The car is coming, you know, from the other side like this, past the red light. You know, I'm a spring chicken. Yeah, there were times, stop at a red light, it's time for me to go, but when that light turns red to green, I pause for a minute, or not a minute, but a second or two, just to make sure, and sure enough, someone's not paying attention, man. I could have got side slapped. So I drive a little bit slower. I try not to be in a hurry, that's the worst. New Jersey, New York. A lot of it has to do with the roads. They are in bad shape. So there you go. Some classical music again. Oh, Spin. You lived in Parkdale, south of Little Portugal. Small world. Road rage problem, road rage in Texas. The drivers too, Joe, but believe me, when the roads, when the infrastructure is falling apart, it doesn't help. Yeah. You don't want to be driving on a highway at night, going the speed limit legally or faster, and you don't see a big chunk of a pothole, the road missing, you hit that, man, it's bad. You know, that's not the driver's fault if he's going the legal speed limit. A friend of mine was driving a Ford Explorer, driving home at night, hit a bad pothole, he bent his wheel. It's bad. You got to be careful. Got to be careful. Thank you, Steven. Yeah. The music from the YouTube audio library, check it out. It's all free downloads, easy to download and free to use. Why not? The song is called Invitation to the Castle Ball. I wouldn't mind an invitation to the Castle Ball. I like this song, Josefina. It sounds Spanish. The roads, I think, are pretty good up in Canada, I think, Anna Rita. Aren't they? Last I heard. I think they're okay. Okay, anything else before we wrap this up? Guys and gals, always a pleasure chatting with you. And, always interesting topics besides Linux and Windows. You know, try to make this as fun as possible. But yeah, check out the music from the YouTube audio library. Hundreds of new tunes since last I checked. The drivers don't use signals driving slow. If it starts where they slam on the brakes. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's not very smart, is it? That's not driving defensively. They were not now so much, so the roads have gotten worse up in Canada. They didn't build nearly enough road. Okay, Joe, I will leave you with this last thought. There's a hospital here. I just got word that there's going to be $100 million remodeling, repatching project, and you still don't have enough parking. That's a waste of money. Why not take the mall here that's literally falling apart, take the 100 mil, whatever, tear it down, flatten it, you have new space, all the parking you want, perfect locations, restaurants are everywhere. Build a freaking new hospital. Just take the money, build a new hospital, put some shopping places there at the base, you know, at the first floor of this new hospital. You have the parking, you have the space. You probably won't even spend $100 million. It just wasted taxpayer money. But they want to do a patch-up job on an old hospital. That's still going to be a patch-up job. That's my advice, you know. Hello, Tim. I'm going to end this soon, but thank you for stopping by. We were just talking about potholes of all things, and how dangerous they can be, especially at night if you're on the highway at a certain speed and hit one. Yeah, Joe, it's the hospital here, there's not enough parking space. There's potholes. Getting in and out is somewhat tight. The hospital is outdated. They want to spend up a minimum $75 million or more to patch it up, to bring it up to the modern age. But no matter how much you spend, a $75 million patch job or $100 million patch job is still a patch job. Take the mall here, that's, you know what the malls are like. It's literally falling apart. Flatten it, okay? Start fresh. Level the ground that was built on a strip coal mine, I think. Put the steel beams, whatever it takes. Flatten it out. You have new space, clean space, plenty of parking, A to Z. You have restaurants like Eaton Park and Roadhouse Grill. And there's some other restaurants close by. Everything is there. The space is there. You already have the parking. You probably won't even spend $100 million. And you have a brand new hospital. Probably you would have one of the best in Ohio. You know, the taxpayers have the hospital, rip off the people some. Well, I mean, I don't know how the money works. But yeah, Joe, I think it's a wonderful, you know, maybe I should write a letter to the editor of the paper. Or talk to the mayor about it. I'm just saying that, you know, if you spend millions of dollars on a patch job, even if it's a hospital, even if it's a worthy cause, you still have a patch job. Build it new. Build it freaking new. And if you spend that money to patch it up, you still don't have enough parking space. I don't get it. Maybe it's the politics, Joe. I don't know. But I'll have to do more research on that and maybe write a letter. Maybe no one's thought of it. Could be. You know, pay me a finder's fee or whatever it's called and take my idea. But yeah, man, I mean, at some point, stop patching. It's like these roads. Patch, 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 patch. Hey, it's fixed. No, because next week you have another pothole. You need to fix it. The way you fix the roads with potholes, you tear it down to a certain level and you have to put drainage. I know this is off topic. You put drainage, so when it freezes, the water goes in, doesn't crack the, you know, the road, and you have more potholes. Okay, I'm awesome. Thank you for stopping by. Night in the hospital costs $20. I don't know how much a night in the hospital, one night in the hospital costs you. I really don't know, but that's a lot. Yeah. We need a universal, some kind of standardized healthcare in the States. You know, a universal health. If it's good enough for the Congress people, they have government healthcare. All of them have government healthcare paid by us, you and me. So it's good enough for them and not good enough for us. That's what they're telling me. Offer Pelosi's husband in contract and the feds will pay for the hospital. I don't know. Job security for the unions. Okay. Well, I don't know exactly what's going on, but it doesn't make sense to spend that kind of money on a patch job, even if it's well intended. But that's my opinion. You know, I still don't have enough parking space. So. Hi, Pizza. I'm just about to wrap this up. Did I distro hop? No, I'm still on Ubuntu Mate. Just changed the color a bit. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I take my mom there for tests, physical therapy at the hospital, and the parking space and the potholes, enough! You know? Yeah, I mean, you had 2 surgeries, I stay in the hospital for days for both of those surgeries, and you pay 0. Nice. Now, you do pay for it. Everybody pays for it in higher taxes. But it's not a ripoff, because everybody is treated equally, and that's the way it should be. I know I have relatives in Canada. They don't complain about a universal health care. You know, it's of all the things this country has to fight about healthcare, really? You're gonna fight about your health? Really? Shoemakers shouldn't work on roads or hospitals. No. Why would a shoemaker work on a road? Gallbladder remover, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, I don't want to drag this on, but your health, a human life, is not a left wing or right wing thing. It's not Republican or Democrat. It's a human thing. Okay, it's a human thing. You know, Congress should not have government-sponsored healthcare paid by us, and they're telling us it's bad for you. So it's either one of two things. They're all lying or they're all idiots. Actually, it's both. They're both lying and they're idiots. So it doesn't make sense. If I'm a Congressman Carmine, and I tell you, you don't want government health care, it's bad for you, but I have it. Hello? I don't know, Anna Rita. Do they die too long? Do they die because they wait so long to get treated? My cousins haven't said. Now, maybe some of it's true. I don't know. I'll be honest. But I haven't heard that. I don't know, Anna Rita. I mean, I've seen the long lines here, and it's pretty pathetic. It's bad. You know, it's a human thing. It's a human right. It's not a left or right wing right. That's how I see it. So, you know. Yeah, it's a human thing. I agree, Joe. I agree. We should have their health care because we pay for it. All of them. You know, if they say it's bad, then why are we paying for their bad government health care? Makes no freaking sense. So they're lying. There is a long wait for doctor appointments to get treated. Well, you know what? There's a long wait here. Every freaking time I go to the doctor, if it's 2 o'clock, it's not 2 o'clock. It's 2:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30. So there's a long wait here, you know. In fact, my cousin one time had an appointment for a checkup. He got so ticked off, and he called the doctor. He says, "Doc, what are you doing? You're killing me." And so he got up and he left. Ever since Obama, the wait to see a doctor has... I haven't seen any difference, pre-Obamacare or post, Joe. I haven't seen a difference in waiting. So that's my opinion. Feds don't pay SS either. Well, there is a... When you say and justice for all, it's not justice for all. There's justice for the rich, for the powerful, and then justice for everybody else. That's what it seems to be like. And I think the parties were created, Dems and Repubs, so we can fight each other, but the real problem is Congress in general, not listening to the needs of us as people, as citizens. Your father had cancer, and he did not pay cancer pills. You had to take some pretty good system here. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Joe, here in Ohio, I haven't seen any. I mean, it probably varies state to state. I thought that Governor. And by the way, Rita, how much are the taxes to take care as far as healthcare? From what I heard, it's not that bad. Some people are more equal than others. Yeah. The governor, Kasich, the Republican governor here, went against his party. He went for the Obamacare in the state, and it helped a lot of people. It's not a perfect system. And when Obama signed it the law, he made it clear this is not a total fix. This is a starting point for Congress, Dems and the Republicans to get together to fix it, finalize it. He made it clear. Congress is not doing their job. All of Congress. So they blame one president, which is Obama. That's not right. You know. It depends. Okay. Fair enough. I go to the dentist. 10 o'clock appointment. I have to wait. 10:30. And I've had different insurances. You have to wait. It's not 10 o'clock. It's a little bit later on. It's annoying. You think Congress people wait? Probably not. Because they have better government health care. One of my cousins, they said how much, I can't remember what they paid for health care, but it was reasonable, and I didn't see them complaining. Again, it's probably not perfect either, but remember we talked and it wasn't that bad, but honestly I don't remember how much. Joe, that's right. If Congress did their job, okay, all of Congress, we wouldn't have a deficit, $20 trillion. We wouldn't have bridges falling apart. We wouldn't have potholes. We wouldn't have unnecessary wars if they did their job. Evidently, they're not doing their job. It's easy to get caught up in saying, well, it's the Dems' fault, it's the Republicans' fault. It's all of them. You know, that's how I see it. Anyway, now that we solved the world peace and the health issue, do stay healthy, do eat right, you know, do drive safely, because that's your job. And don't let the government tell you how to drive safely and to be correct. Yeah, Joe. But that's my philosophy as far as the political things go. You know, it's Max, you don't go to the doctor, employment, military physicals are all that you've done. Oh, okay. Same here. Politicians are entitled to health care services that the average citizen is not. I would have to agree. I've had some friends here, they said, hey Carm, run for office, man. You should do it. Maybe I should. You know, maybe I should just throw my name in the ring. And when they say, well, Tuss, you don't have a lot of experience. Oh, you mean like the experienced people in Washington who give us wars, potholes, not enough health care? That's the experience you want. I don't think I could be a pop. I have too much morals in me, man. I think I would fade away. But the government tells you how to drive. Well, there is a reason for speed limits. There is a reason for you to wear a seatbelt. You know, it's like a marriage, Joe. Government and the people, one cannot survive without the other. And like a marriage, it needs work. It needs compassion, understanding. And sometimes marriages don't work. There's an imbalance between us and government. It's not working for the masses. It's just not working. Bernie Sanders said it right. You know, we pay their salaries. That means we pay for them to give us potholes, not enough health care, and wars. Really? That's how smart we are. If they work for us, why do we have this mess? Is it because they're stupid or we're stupid? Think about that for a second. Independent, I agree. I think it's time for a third party. We need it. Left, right, You vote left, you vote right. You vote right. What's the result? More potholes. Extortion. Yeah, well, that might work. I'll call Uncle Guido in Sicily. Oh, it's getting late. But yeah, when I moved back from Florida, I had a friend of mine running for a local office for commissioner. And I knew him for years. Great guy, family man, soft-spoken. He says, I'm running for commissioner. Would you vote for me? I said, sure. What are you? I'm a Democrat. So am I. I didn't vote because of the party. I voted because of him. And that's how people should vote. People should not vote only Dems or only Repubs. That's not how you fix things. Vote for the guy you think, hopefully you might know, you think is qualified for the job. Anyway, he's still in office, so good for him. Because there is nothing else. Well, it seems that way. Third party who make it a three-headed monster. Hopefully not. But it ain't working now, Joe, so why not give it a shot? It can't be any worse, right? Yeah, it can't be any worse. But the masses have the power. The masses have the power. You want health care for all? Think about this for a second. One day next week, all the doctors go on strike. All of them, even the doctors for Congress. All of them go on strike for one day. You think that'll get Congress attention for much better health care? I think so. The power of the masses. I'm not saying they should do that, but I'm just saying the power of the masses. Anyway, on that thought, I'm done. All right, guys. Thanks for watching and listening, Joe and the rest. Always a pleasure. You know, talking about Linux, Windows, and other worldly things. And I'll catch you on the next one. So that's it. That's all I have for this one. 3 parties in Canada. Well, maybe that's why it works better for you up there. I don't know. Yeah, the politicians should have our salaries and benefits and credits. Then we can talk about it. They should be more like us. I would have to agree, Anna Rita. Yeah. All right, guys. Anyway, so I'll catch you on the next one. Be safe as always. Have fun. Adios.